Aho! You should know I call you the Artist Warriors. I don't think I've said that out loud. It's based off of inspiration for the Women Artist Warriors, the Facebook group. If you have Facebook and if you aren't in it, go ahead and join it. Plug yourself in. And that's all I'll say about it. The intention of this video is to talk about debriefing. And it's not the debrief as in like the debrief itself. It's before the debrief. Because if I'm walking through life and I have declared something that's really important to me, declared, committed to, I am practicing something, like our daily practice, right? There's like an intention setting, something we are committed to creating, something we want to evoke within ourselves, whatever that is. We want it. Or we wouldn't be talking about it. We wouldn't be committing to it. We wouldn't be practicing it. So we want it. So if I'm walking through my life, having or haven't or half-assed, I'm just going to say it half-assed apparently, half-assed create my intention, neutrally, I'm going to say that neutrally, like whatever, half-assed, 50%, even though you're either pregnant or you're not. Like it's either done or you're not. It's me. And so let's say I didn't do it. Whatever I committed to, I didn't complete it. You better bet these are my emotions, this is my results. You better bet it's like this. My experience is intertwined with my heart, and now there's so much emotional, we'll say drama, for lack of better words. There's emotional drama around it. As there should be. It's important to you. It matters. So to do a debrief, we must do this. So we can just look neutrally at our results. It's as if we are in our life, and then we become the bird's eye view. One of my mentors, sad story, did a animal tarot reading on me and was just sharing what she found. And one of my power animals is a hawk, and she couldn't tell me anything about the hawk. And I said hawk, huh? A hawk. She couldn't tell me anything about it. So apparently that's for you to figure out. I don't have anything for you. I'm like, great. And I was getting dressed for this webinar, particularly. I was like, I should look half normal, and didn't do my hair for you. Sorry. And then I realized that it's very hawk-like. So, power animal. Become the hawk. And you're going to go above whatever the results are. And to not have emotions about it. So, remember those agreements we put down in the webinar. There's no being right. There's no looking good, avoiding pain, blame, shame, or guilt. And there's no being an ass to yourself. I'll just add another one in. So, once we're able to get this, then we can debrief. How do we do this is going to be up to you, right? In the morning practice, there's a releasing. The point of that is to be able to not have all these emotions stored. Because there's either two things that happen. Well, there's probably more, but two at the root of everything, right? I can just ricochet everything down to the root of everything. And it's either there is, if this is where I am, this is where I want to go. There's a gap. And maybe I get to here. There's still a gap. Maybe I get to here. There's still a gap. Maybe I get all the way and there is no gap. Either way, if I have my critic head on, I will only see the gap. The debrief will turn into a self-hating, I'm going to prove why we're not worth it. I'm going to prove that we can't. I'm going to, like the inner critic that's going on in our heads to doubt and full of fear and all of that other stuff that can drive us if we're feeling like the manic of being creative, then that's what will take over. So the release every day is to be able to let go of those emotions so that they're not just stuffed down or to the side or ignored, because eventually they become like a volcano, like waiting to erupt. If your reactive tendency is to scream or tyrant or tantrum or whatever that is, the release is a vital, all of them are vital, but that's a vital practice for you. So in debrief, the same thing, to release might be part of your process. Another one is, let's say that I have the same thing and I get to here and I'm one of those hoorahs. I say hoorahs, the people who are super supportive and who just kind of accept as it is. a floater, if you will. Like, okay, well, I got that. Like, I'm so proud of myself. I took 2 steps. I don't want to downgrade or hate on the 2 steps, because that's brilliant. You took 2 steps. And you didn't get to what you were committed to, whatever that is. But there's a settlement factor. So then we won't be able to see the gap because we're so proud of the 2 steps we took that the gap we don't see. So there needs to be acknowledgement of both, of what worked and what didn't. And the only way to do that is to be able to get all the emotions out of the way, the good and the bad, and just to list the facts. So the facts are tangible things, like a no, or if you don't have the work that you declared in your hand, or if you didn't get the promotion, or if you didn't create the money, or whatever that is. The intangible gets a little slippery. That's when you're going to need feedback. And that's another whole entire topic. But let's say courage was my intention. Well, I might think I was courageous, but someone else who might see me in another light is like, Steph, you could have brought it, man. Like, you have so much more courage, right? That's my own learning, too, of like, man, I have more courage? I didn't know that. We're like icebergs. There's only 10% of us showing. Some of us 5, some of us 15, whatever that is. There's a whole bit of us that's unseen. So that's when it gets a little tricky. You might need feedback. I would ask people who know the greatness in which you are. Otherwise, there's a tendency to not want to rock the boat. So if you have a mentor or a really damn good friend, a coach, someone that has no bullshit with you, the honest friend, like they're like truth serum, I would ask them. And so then once everything is neutralized and you have your lists of facts, then you're able to do the debrief. And how you create the mechanism in which you get cleared up, in which you feel neutral about it, is up to you. You're creative. There's 1,000,000,001 ways to do it. I would look at your list of releasing mechanisms that you wrote down when you were brainstorming that and debriefing your morning practice earlier this week, or taking the deeper look, and I would play. This is the process of discovery. And the only way in which we discover new is if we're curious, if we're in wonder of. If I know all of the answers, then there is no room for me to grow. So have fun. Own whatever you get to own within you. Allow yourself to feel whatever gets to be felt so that you can breathe fresh air. And then you'll take a look at the debrief. Okay, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for all of the love, the connection, the inspiration for being a part of and being on this journey. And thank you for making a difference for you, so it ripples to the people that are in your life. You saying yes to you has a much bigger ripple. You might not even know all of it yet. Okay. Sending you light, love, goodness, and everything else. Aho.